Hello and welcome to the Radiate Wellness Podcast with your host, metaphysician, Reiki master, and hypnotherapist, Christy Clemens Hoffman. Each week, we will discover teachings, tips, and tools to radiate your best life ever with practitioners, authors, and luminaries to help you on your path. Wellness, joy, peace, abundance. What do you want to radiate? Hello and welcome back to the Radiate Wellness Podcast. Today we radiate mysticism with Lucas F. Sosa and Alberto O. Asla, who are going to be talking about the Kybalion, which is something new to me, and I hope I'm not butchering that name, but it's a mystic text based in ancient philosophies and secret knowledge. Welcome. Did I get any of that wrong?
Nothing wrong.
Okay.
Hi.
The
Nothing wrong. It's all
Kybalion.
right. Yes,
Good.
that's right.
Kybalion. So is it? This is not an ancient text, but it comes from the early 20th century, but based in medieval and Renaissance principles. And you're a medieval scholar or Renaissance scholar, I should say.
Yes, Yes, it could be. We can see that some aspects of the book we can find in medieval philosophy. Yes, exist many ancient schools in medieval times who take that kind of knowledge, thinking in the school of Florence with great artists like Michelangelo and the family of Medici, or the Visconti try to have that kind of secret knowledge, it could be possible, of course, yes.
Oh, that's very interesting. So, but the Kybalion, this is a new take on it. This is a new interpretation of it. This is a new presentation of it. So what does the Kybalion actually mean?
Well, the word is not, we say there are not a meaning of the word Kybalion.
Okay.
That way, we can say that the Kybalion is a work written for help to discover how it works, the universe outside us and also inside us.
Yeah, interesting.
It's like a handbook.
Yeah.
However, that knowledge is quite difficult to understand if we don't feel what we read.
Okay.
It's not an easy book. Or, in other hand, we can read a book like an academic, for instance.
Right.
Yes, it's a good work. I understand what is the meaning, but if you read that way, you will not understand what is the meaning of the words, what is the meaning of the sentences. It's absolutely is quite deeply in his knowledge. That's the beauty of a book.
And who wrote the Kybalion?
Well, there are not authors who. There are no authors. It's anonymous, in fact. However, some people say that could be William Atkinson and other people who wrote, taking some ancient traditions like the Indian philosophy, theosophical knowledge, or Gnosticism, the Greek Gnosticism, the oracle or Delphis, so that's it's a different. It's not the knowledge that we know. It's much more profound. It's related with the whole soul.
Right. Yeah. Yes, this esoteric knowledge. I mean, when we were speaking earlier, we talked about Hermeticism, which I was not familiar with, and this aspect of secret knowledge. But you had a better definition of secret knowledge.
Yes, with that knowledge who are in our world, in our soul. It's the secret. It's the knowledge that all we have.
Mm-hmm.
But for feeling, we must to work inside. Must work inside. It's to understand that we are part of the universe. We are the universe. We are one with nature. We are not just flesh. We are much more than flesh.
Yes.
And for understand that, you must to understand how the universe works. The universe outside us and inside us. And the books try to do, I suppose, a good job showing us those how it works with some principles.
Mm-hmm.
So the way is that is why the Kybalion was many times printed, from 1908. From now, we have a lot of editions in many languages.
Yeah.
Many languages.
What language was it written in originally?
English was written in English.
Okay.
Yes, was written in 1908 and by Yoga Society.
Okay. And so from
So,
England, from the United States, from what continent or what country?
yes, in United States, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
So it was quite interesting. So when we decide to work, of course, we know what is mean the Kybalion has a book. So we decide to work, but in different way.
Yeah.
And not using commentaries because we don't like that. For instance, we can say yes, the principle of correspondence mean that. No, we don't want that because that is the shop of that is work for others, and that is not our purpose. Our purpose is that everyone can discover his own nature, his own possibility to understand the universe, then understand that there is this that we are light, we are all a cosmos inside us.
Yeah.
So that's why just keep the text like the original. We realize a presentation, which is what is the Kybalion and this is the principal point, and we add the images.
Yes, the images are integral. That's an important part of this book. I think it wouldn't be the same without these images that present simple graphics, present optical illusions sometimes. And why did you decide to add images?
Yes, Lucas, we explained much more clear the images, but we decided to do this because we don't want to use the typical images. We want to know play the text and the images. If you don't read the book, you will not understand the images.
Exactly.
They are connected.
Mm-hmm. What did you intend? What did you set out to do with this revisiting of the book? What did you want people to know, and what did you want to bring out in it?
Yes. Well, what we try to do is give a new way to understand but understand in a sense of, yes, we can read, right, but as one of the principles of the Kybalion is the principles of mentalism, which means all is mind, which is the mind is here. We can create everything, and the book and the text and the images represent the possibility of visualizing the universe.
That's a
part of the universe.
question. That's a big question, to visualize the universe. Wow.
Exactly. It's a big question. That way, for instance, you can read the book and you will understand something. I can read the book and I will understand something he can do. And that's why we use abstract images. But everyone, as Lucas says, try to express sensations and feelings. That is what we need to work inside us.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you can read the book, yes, you can. If you read the book, yes, you will read. I don't know, the Divine Paradox, or we'll read. No, I don't know.
The construct
The
of
axioms,
gender.
whatever. Yes, gender, whatever. But you just can't read it. If you don't can express with your inner eyes, is much more easy because Giovanni Sartori, which is a philosopher, say that the modern human being, is an homo videns, a man who need to see.
Yes. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know,
and
like
picture paints 1,000 words. We can maybe not easily, but we can encapsulate an idea in picture form, in an image.
Yes,
Much easier.
That's the exactly idea that we think, to represent and to relate a complementary. And of course, there are some aspects that you can understand quite quickly, but others imply that you must to read the book much more than once.
Yeah, yes.
The images could help to understand, not much more quickly, but to have a better understanding, much more deeply, in fact. And when you understand something, you know, or you have noted that you can explain something that you feel. Well, that means that you have been accepted what is true, because the truth can't be explained, just happen.
Yes.
The truth is going to be. So the book and the images have that possibility. So those who can read the book will understand perfectly how the world and universe work, you know, because the principle, all the 7 principles are related with our activity. For instance, the principle of mentalism, correspondence, vibrations, polarity, rain, cause and effect, and generations. That are all related. It doesn't work one by one. No, all principles work at the same time. It's a perfect machine. It's like a Swiss watch.
Yes. It works. Yes, it works together seamlessly.
Yes.
It's impossible to remove one of these principles and not have the full picture. And yet each principle is like a different piece in a puzzle together.
Exactly possible. Yes. For instance, I already said, all is mine, all right, but every soul has his effect. So, like I said in another time, be careful what you think. We must to be quite carefully. We must to think carefully, because sometimes we have not ideas. We say, yes, I want something, but sometimes that something that you want could be an effect unexpected, and we must to be responsible of that effect.
Yes. Right. That personal responsibility. Yes.
Did you know that Radiate Wellness is more than just a podcast? That's right. We're also a comprehensive holistic wellness practice. Find out about our services, practitioners, and upcoming events at radiatewellnesscommunity.com. While you're there, visit our podcast page to read more about our great guests and even donate to the podcast. If you like our podcast, you can help in other ways as well, like subscribe or follow us wherever you're listening right now. Tell a friend, a family member, or a coworker about the great content you find here. And if you wouldn't mind, please give us a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, or a positive review. Sounds like a small thing, but it really helps. You might like to know about our Facebook communities while we're at it. We have a free community, the Radiate Wellness Community, on Facebook for news and great free content. Our subscribers group is Radiate U, as in the letter U, but also, well, you. There you'll find curated replays of past classes, guest interviews, and more. And now, back to our podcast and back to our guest.
Now, this book was originally written in English, and it's been translated, as you said, many different languages. Why did you choose to present the English version and not the Spanish version?
Yes. Well, in first place, because we try to keep the original message. That's in first place, the original languages. Also, we have working into a translation into Spanish and French, Italian, Germany, Portuguese. So we still working with the Kybalion. Our interest is the Kybalion be known around the world. It's just a big effort, but we are quite sure that this could help many people if everyone read slowly and become to feel what they read. So of course we can, like you say, we can choose publish in Spanish, yes, but we decide to work in the traditional languages, because in Spanish there are many other editions, and there are not illustrated version, but so our book is one of the first editions with illustration. I know that exists another one, but it's a classical images. You can find the door, the key, quite typical object, or abstract knowledge are much more related with the text. Even in one of the pages, we can put just a single point.
Right.
And to understand that, you must to read the book and what is the meaning.
Right.
In other hands, we saw the Mercurian knowledge with the number 3.
Yeah.
And those images are completely good thinking. It was thinking for many years. This book is the result of 6 years of study. 6 years. It took us 6 years. It's not an easy. It was not an easy job, like Lucas said. I'd say it's. He said correctly. Was a really change for us because we have not idea when we are working. We asking, we can't do that. We don't know. We try. Everything is possible in life.
Absolutely.
So it was a really challenge, and we enjoyed to do it, and we are very glad to have this book and try to help just a little to the humanity, just a little.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Some of the principles and concepts in this Kybalion makes me think of the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne and others. Is there a relationship between The Secret and the Kybalion?
Yes, that's right. The Secret took some sentences from the Kybalion.
Really?
But yes, some changing, but takes many sentences. Because the secret, what do we say? What you say? Yes, you can create all in mind if you if you write and you mentalize that you can obtain what you want. However, they are not explained that every what you think have some effects. The secret is a half. Was written.
It's only part of the story.
Sorry, what?
It's only part of the story.
Exactly. Therefore, the secret is all right. What say the secret is fine, is correct. However, it took just a half of knowledge.
Got it.
Because you can, of course, you can create everything. The mind is quite powerful.
Right.
But you must to be responsible for what you think, because the secret is used to material things.
Right.
Yeah. The
right.
Kybalion is to obtain also to obtain material things, but much more to be in peace with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more deeply.
Right. I mean, The Secret is very good, and it's a good introduction, I feel, to this whole topic of thoughts creating a reality, of manifestation, but that's come to have kind of almost a negative connotation. But the Kybalion seems to go much deeper than that and much more comprehensive as well. Yes.
That's why we decided to give an opportunity this modern book, but ancient too, to show the new generations in a different way, not just reading the book, but also with these images, which is, I must say, this was a very hard work, but all the work is from Lucas, most of them. He spent literally many nights drawing. So that was a really good work from us. So
that's right. It represents a lot of work and a lot of study, and you're no stranger to study, being a professor of medieval studies. Which one of my favorite.
Yes, we must to read a lot of books, not just the Kybalion. We must to read part of the Mahabharata, even though the book 16, which is the Bhagavad Gita, we must read the Tao, the King, we must read the I Ching, we must read some Hermetic text, we must read part of the Zohar, which is a Jewish, medieval Jewish book. So we just not read one book and decided, yes, we're gonna do this work like this. No, no, no. We have a background of knowledge. That's why, because we take us 6 years to do that. It's not an easy book. It's not just we're gonna print the book and just let go. No, 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 no. We take seriously. We take completely seriously the work, because it's not a common book. It's we difference. We have some difference, which is the sacred book and the wisely book. The wisely book is the Kybalion, for instance. The sacred book is the Talmud, for instance, the Mahabharata. You know, the secret, the wisely is those books who have some wisely knowledge in modern times. Right. And also, even medieval texts like Mysticism written, for instance, I don't know, some mystical women like Angela da Foligno or Margarita da Cortona, or even Saint John of the Cross, which are mystical people who know this same knowledge from in a Christian way, because it's completely the same. That's why we always said God, universe, nature, Tao, cosmos, conscious, cosmic conscience are all the same. Are all the same, because we have one end through your life, and it's to be happy and to love.
Yes, true. That's true.
That's
wonderful. Well, again, the book is The Kybalion, The Three Initiates by Lucas Fernando Sosa and Alberto O. Asla. And we can get this on Amazon, of course, but also through johnhuntpublishing.com and their imprint O books. So those are great places to find this book and learn more about the Kybalion. It's a fascinating book and full of all kinds of esoteric knowledge. Is there anything we haven't discussed or anything I haven't asked that you think is important for us to know?
Yes. First, when you read the book, please try to do with a completely open heart, not just with the mind. Read it slowly, take the time, and you will know that some sentences will be in your daily life constantly. And you will remember the Kybalion when you speaking with someone, when you are speaking with someone, or we are doing something, or even I don't know, taking a shower. You will begin to think. So it's a very nice book. It's quite short, but it's a very good book, and we are quite sure that we'll enjoy it. And before I get, I would like to say to the audience, please believe, and believe. Believe in yourself, believe in life, believe in the universe, believe in God, whatever you want. Please believe, because that's the only way to understand that the life is truly a beautiful gift. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you both so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to learn more about this book and your work in it.
Thank you. It was a pleasure for us. So we are very glad to be with you, and you're so kind and lovely person, and even the lovely cat which is around like us.
I liked your
We
cat.
like yes, we like the animal, so we love it. This is a very nice interview and cozy also. So thank you very much. We are very deeply thanks for this opportunity.
Well, I am as well.
Radiate Wellness is an international community of holistic and alternative healers dedicated to helping you create spiritual, energetic, and physical well-being. To learn more about our practitioners, services, classes, and events, or to schedule an appointment, visit us at radiatewellnesscommunity.com.